Hi everyone, Tessa Lamping here. Today is May 30th, 2021, and I just wanted to go over my monthly recap. So, last month, I believe I made a recap. um, I had my first green month in quite a while, dollar-wise. So, the past months, if you've watched my videos, you'll know that. I've been green percent wise, but I was using such small size that dollar wise I wasn't profitable. Well, I've been upping my size and staying consistent with specific strategies that I'm now green 2 months in a row, and my dollars are starting to add up with my percent wins because I've been sizing up. And as you guys may know if you've been following my journey, I'm all about the process over profits. And so it's nice to see that um, I am green dollar wise, not just percent wise, because it's just a good refresher kind of seeing that my process is starting to work. Um, it's been working percent wise, but now I've been working on the confidence to make my dollar wise work. So, um, one thing that I've really been trying to focus on is my percent on average winners. Trying to make that almost double my percent average on losers. So right here you can see Trader Sync. I'll make sure to leave a link below so you can get your own online trading journal. There's an app too, so that's nice and convenient and on the go. So here's my May. My average percent on winners is 4.16 versus my average percent on losers, which is 2.27. And that loss is, I kind of want to say bigger than it kind of, it's misleading a little bit, but not really because on MOSY, let me see here. So MOSY, I have a 2.45% loss, and that was just on a listed stock. I only had 3 shares because I'm trying to try this pattern on listed stocks, the see listed spike consolidation spike, and the reason why you'll see that I got in twice on this day is because I thought that maybe I had the wrong risk level, so I tried it again, and so um, it turns out it was just a failing pattern. So I mean, the pattern was good, it failed. At that time. It eventually did spike, but it hit my risk, so I got out. And so I just tried that a couple different times. So this was the first entry. I cut it quick because it looked like it was failing. Then I'm like, oh, maybe I just got spooked out because listed stocks, they can be kind of choppy. So I was like, oh, maybe I tried the wrong risk level. Turns out I didn't, and it just wasn't working at that time. So that's why that one's a little bit bigger. But I mean, otherwise, this was I mean, if I didn't try this listed one and I didn't try this one, then I would have been green 100%. But obviously, if you don't try the losers, then you wouldn't have losers, right? But on SBFM, this one, actually, SBFM, I was on the right track. I just got in too early. I haven't held first green days in over a year, pretty much. So it was on this day. Um, I'll show you. So 5 days, 1 minute. It was beautiful. So um, it was right here. It's a classic first Green Day. They had some news about cancer, destroying cancer cells. Um, and so, and it was just beautiful. I got in, let's see, within the hour. So Um, I got in right in here roughly, I believe it was. Um, cut when it started going in here, if I remember right before it spiked up here, came back down. And so this is why on first green days you wait till like the last 15-30 minutes before the close to get in if you're taking small size. Otherwise, if you're averaging down, then that would have been fine, but I just got in too soon. It played out perfectly. I should have risked 2-1 0.21 instead of keeping a tight risk at 0.215. So that was my fault. I entered too soon. I should have got in somewhere over here, and then it had a nice gap up. I was too slow on the dip. I was wanting it to come back down to the close at 0.244 roughly. It went down to 0.25, and so that's a good note for me to buy on the dips, even if they don't go exactly down to right there. So the previous close, which is a good lesson, which actually I should probably take a screenshot of. And then I like to take screenshots of the patterns that I'm watching. So let's see, OTC previous dip close, previous close dip buy. So that's what that one is. And that way I can get kind of better at that on these second green day plays. That was that trade, but yeah, my win percent rate increased to 62.5%, and my losses are minimal, which is really nice. And we can go over here to monthly. Oh no, that's not the one that I want. I want calendar. But here's my calendar. I had 2 red days, which, excuse me, in relation were really small. If I exit out of that, go to dashboard, and then go to monthly, you'll see that this is my biggest green month this year. And like I said, with these ones, percent-wise, I was green. Dollar-wise, I was red because not everyone. I'd have to go back and look at the videos, but maybe all of them. I'm not sure. But the losses were bigger because I was taking small size, and it's basically commissions. But after commissions, I'm up. And then my little green month the day before, but it's a step in the right direction. And then we can go to see. Okay, so I was winning. Yeah, so it was hit and miss on some months, but I'm doing much better. Yeah, see, $230 in commissions, $313 in commissions, $315 in commissions, versus where I'm trading less. Commissions and fees are negligible as you size up over time, but it's just a perspective. But yeah, just happy to see that I was having really like overall losses were pretty big, and then now my losses are much smaller. That's what I just like to see, that my losses are a lot smaller, they're more contained. Yeah, I can see I may not be having the big dollar wins yet, but I'm getting there. I'm just really happy with my progress. We can go into further statistics. I've been pretty green, just growing. So this one I was up the most, but then I had that small loss. Account balance, it's growing. Return on winners, return on losers. My profit ratio, so average profit on winning trades divided by the average loss on losing trades over a specified time period. My biggest loss, my biggest profit. So that's one thing that I also like, is that my largest win is finally larger than my biggest loser. My win percentage is more than my losing percentage, and my biggest percent profit is bigger than my biggest percent loser. These are goals that I've been striving for, so it's nice to actually see that it's happening. My average dollar win versus my average dollar on losers. It's just, I've been working so hard to figure this out, and it's awesome to see that um, it's working. And um, I didn't even have to take that many trades, and I even missed quite a few trades. So I didn't get filled on all of them either. So had I not missed them, had I gotten filled, had I been not as distracted, and there would be more trades over here, but I'm really I'm not chasing. I won't chase a stock. If I miss my entry and I don't see another entry point, then I'm not getting in. So that's been huge, not chasing, sticking to specific patterns. Um, it's just beautiful. I'm so happy with my progress. And like I said, I'll leave a link to TraderSync below. And then, so this is also Profitly. I like to, TraderSync is my own private journal. Profitly is where I post the exact same trades and you can see them all publicly. Now, the difference between TraderSync and Profitly, Profitly is before commissions, so commissions aren't included in these trades. And they're kind of a rough estimate of the average, I should say. They're the average of your entries and exits and stuff like that versus Profitly or versus TraderSync, where you can do it specific, like to a T, down to the thousandth of a penny or something like that. So TraderSync is very specific. Profitly is more general. So gross profit would have been 143, net profit, that's after my loss, my biggest loss. So as you can see, it says 1824. So with commissions added, it was like $28 or something like that, 27, whatever, 27.21. So that's the difference. As you can see, $124 profit versus where overall I had uh, 57.98. And then average on winning trade, and then average percent gain. So there's some differences. Then largest loser is a percent gross loss. So I think that is my largest loser, the percent amount, or like, I'm sorry, I'm not good with all this stuff, but because my biggest loser was $27 versus my smaller ones were like a couple bucks, if that. So my largest loss made up for my a majority of that loss. So and then my biggest winner made up 36% of my overall profits, and then my biggest loss was 97% my overall losses. There we go. Largest losing trade. Oh, yeah, I mean, they're pretty close to the same statistics, but it's just cool seeing the difference. And my winning percent, 62.5%. I just love it. I mean, I'm not all about the percentages, but I'm just trying to be more consistent and be very picky. So let's dive into some charts. So I went over SBFM, how I entered a tad bit too soon. Over here, I think it was like right there or something, got out right there. Yeah, and it was somewhere like that. I have video recaps on Profitly, so if you search for Tesla Lamping, click on me. My wall. So I don't have blog posts on here, but if you go to tessalamping.com, you can read all about my journey and my blog posts. I update that as I find new things to write about. And then you can see all my watch lists that I post. So I'll leave a link to TraderSync, uh, Profitly, so you can have a Profitly account, my blog posts, or my website, and to my Profitly, so you can check out my watch list. And if you go to videos, you can see all the videos I've made as well. I try to recap them after I make the trades, just like how I do with this video. So yeah, that's there. And then, like I said, you can see my watch list and all that stuff too. Um, I like to be public, so you can find all my stuff here. And let's go into INCC. So this is, I can't classify as a good trade, but it wasn't a bad trade either. I know it was a good trade because I was really quick, so it went up 1, 2, 3 days. On that third day, it panicked. So, that's a beautiful panic. But I haven't really been dip buying panics lately because their bounces have been terrible. And if you've watched my past videos, you'll know that I'm really good at getting faked out. So I'll enter a little bit too soon, and then it turns out the stock's going down lower. Well, because of my experience with that, I was prepared for this one and prepared for my too soon of an entry, and that's what actually helped me profit. Now, had it continued bouncing, then I probably would have gone out too soon, but that's okay. I was actually working out during this time, and because the market's slower, so I've been working out during midday. So I checked my phone, and the girls let me know like INCC was having a huge panic. So I thought I missed it. So I ran to my room to go watch the panic, or at least the bounce. And I saw it was right here, and it was bouncing. I was like, oh crap. So I just typed in my entry real quick, and then I was watching level 2. Now, before, when I would enter a stock, 5 minutes would go by, and it felt like a few seconds to me. Now is the complete opposite. I'm watching for a few seconds, and it feels like 5 minutes. So I'm able to zone in and read the level 2 so fast that it just seems so slow and peaceful to me that I can make a split decision in a matter of seconds. And so my trade maybe was like 30 seconds, but it felt like I was in for like 5 minutes. And it allowed me to make 7%. So this was actually my biggest profit. Um, and I did really well, where there's people who are losing $180,000, $40,000. I don't remember everything that I said, but people were just, they were caught in it, they couldn't get out, they were trying to dip buy it. I mean, this just demolished a lot of people, and set some people back. But because I am so used to getting faked out and entering too soon, that actually prepared me for this, and I'm really happy with how I traded it. It was just a split second, and I got it. It didn't end up bouncing at all, just right there, and that's where I capitalized. I mean, it was just awesome. And that was one trade. Alright, that was over a 50% panic. I mean, it turns out I don't know where it was, and I still can't find the news. Plus, I haven't searched very hard, but rumor has it they came out with really bad news, and that's what made the stock panic. So, yeah. HTZGQ, oh my god, this day was so beautiful. It was just awesome, and I couldn't have asked for a better day, and I completely butchered it. And I didn't completely butcher it. I missed the beginning. I missed that part. Kind of bummed about that. But I saw this, and I think I ended up, excuse me, now let's just look here. Um, are we on the 12th? I think this is the 12th. Yeah, so the 12th. I got in at 473, so I got in at the bottom of the range. I got in right here and sold near the top at 488. So I just played this little one because I saw that it consolidated pretty quick right there, and then I saw it consolidating right in here. I jumped the gun a bit too early, thinking that like, all right, I missed this. And so I just got in right here at 473. I was risking like 464 just in case I had a little bit of slippage. And then I just saw that it was spiking. I took a quick single, and this one's a slower moving stock, so I knew that it was going to be, or I mean, based on this stock's history of being slow, I knew it was going to take a lot longer to just hold on to this stock. I got in risking 464. I got in at 473. Goal was for it to re-reach the 520s, and I'd sell when it retested the 520s or even the 5-ish area depending on my schedule. Well, my son woke up. He was being so hyper, and so was my puppy dog, that I couldn't focus. I believe it was just me at the house, so um, it was a little bit tougher to pay attention, and um, I'm still learning to when to focus on these best setups and kind of have my son calm down a little bit so that way I can focus on these since this is my career. That way I can profit on these A plus setups. He can learn when something is an A plus setup and let me focus a little bit more so that way after I make good money, then that's the time to play. Since where I live, the market closes at 1 p.m. my time, and so we can play all after that, and that leaves the rest of the day. And so um, I'm learning to kind of that work-life balance sort of thing, because if I was over at a job, I wouldn't be distracted. I'd have to focus because I'd be in a cubicle or wherever working. So that's something that I'm learning to adapt to, as well as focusing more on A plus setups and getting it so that he kind of understands when I need to focus a little bit more. So that was a good lesson in so many different ways. But I took a single right there. It was beautiful outside, so I ended up taking my son to the park since we live right next to the park. And when I came back, I made his lunch, and I look over, and the stock is spiking. Like, gosh darn it. I hadn't even got to look at my laptop yet when we got back, and this was just the most perfect, like, it makes me want to cry. It was the most perfect consolidation right here. Beautiful pattern, exactly what I wanted. And I just saw it going. I saw the level 2 just speeding up, and I'm like, oh, it's running. And then I told myself I'm not going to chase, and I was like, right here would be a perfect add, or if I was in right here, this would be a perfect add. You had sold in the strength there, locked some profits in, maybe added some more right here, and then wait for it to go up some more. And I couldn't have asked for anything better. It did exactly what I looked for, and I wasn't in it, and I wanted to cry, and it was just perfect. But I watched it. I did watch it. I learned so many lessons from it, and that's exactly what I wanted when I was right back here. And so, good lesson. I could have had huge gains percent-wise, and it was just, it's not about the gains and the percentages, it's about the pattern, and I couldn't have asked for anything better right here. So that's just something that I need to learn, and that was just gorgeous, because if I can take singles on those other kinds of trades and then be in for these ones, like if I got in right here, sold it into strength there, got in again in here, sold it into strength here, these are the ones that I need to focus on, because these will make my account. Um, and that's where I need to be able to focus on these A plus setups. And it was just gorgeous. And then you can see it consolidated along here and then spiked out right here. I don't believe I got into any of these, but that was just textbook perfect, and that's what I look for. GGII, I want to go over this one. Did I trade this stock? I don't think so. No, I didn't end up trading this stock, but it was the one that kind of gave me the catalyst to start trying first green days again, because this stock has just been gapping up just so beautifully. I mean, this is just perfect. I had a first green day back in here. And also, to know about first green days a little bit more, I've been talking with Guyana. She is killing it on these first green days, like 30% gains, 50% gains. I have I guess I'll leave a link to that too, my interview with Guyana. Or I guess some people like to call her G. She talks about her first Green Day strategy, and it's been helping tons of people, so that's something to check out as well. But I'm buying like 15-30 minutes into the close, gap up the next morning, and it was beautiful going up. She's been buying the gap, selling right here, or sorry, buying the first green days, selling into the strength, into the gap up, then waiting for it to go down. And then you can see that it spiked and then went up, buying the dip right there, selling into strength the next morning. And she's just been doing phenomenal with these. And I was watching her now, see like that one, it panicked the next one. That's what I don't like. And it's something you have to always worry about. But if you're being quick and cutting, then it's nothing to worry about too much, as long as you're prepared to lose. But like right now, she's holding this stock over the weekend. It's a first green day. She's somewhere in here, and holding over the weekend for a potential gap up the next morning. And so what I've been doing with these is I like the spike, consolidation, spike, and buy when it starts breaking out of that consolidation. So like right here, selling into strength, so that way I'm locking in profits. But say it gaps up the next morning, if I had a bigger account, maybe I'd sell some in to strength, hold small size over the weekend, and then sell at market open. Another strategy I've been doing is waiting for it to gap up, dip to the previous close roughly, and then buying that for a retest of the highs and continuation. Or if it gaps down, I'm waiting for it to go red to green, risking green to red. And it's just beautiful. There's just so much that's been in the works, and I absolutely love it. And I'll try to remember, because I'm going to post this video when I head back to another house tomorrow with a little bit better internet, and I'll try to remember all the links I just mentioned. But yeah, that's been my progress, and I am excited to see how it goes. Also, Guyana, she had her first $1,000 trade, so it's nice to be upping my size now that I've been green for 2 months. I am upping it from $700 to, $700 position sizes to $1,000 position sizes. And if you're wondering how much is in my account, I have nearly $7,000. It's like $6,800 or something like that. I've been adding money so that way I feel comfortable taking these $1,000 position sizes without it affecting me too much, account-wise and mentally. So I hope you liked my monthly recap, and I will post videos as they come up. Like I said, I post a lot of my trade recaps on Profitly. Also, I got some great stuff in the works to start adding to YouTube in the future. So, um, oh, also, it's not really, it's like, what do I say, Happy Memorial Day when it's a day of kind of like a sad day, but I hope everyone's remembering that precious day and honor of our troops, and not just our troops, but everyone who puts their life on the line to help everyone out and protect us. Troopers, firefighters, our military, and just I, all those first responders, and just a Memorial Day for everyone. I just want to say thank you to everyone for everything that they've been doing. And so, um, yeah, I hope you really appreciate tomorrow and have a great end of your month. Thank you.